Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Wiksa and today I am going to present my game development project, which is a top-down shooter made in the game engine Game Maker. Now, today we'll discuss how this game works, how it works, and also how it plays. So we'll start by running the game first, and then you can see that this is what I've made so far. We have a gun shooting system, animations, a damage system alongside these walls. These ones preventing players from coming in, but bullets can come in. And this one is very solid. And then these enemies as well will chase the player in this stationary one. And additionally with that, we also have a second weapon, which is a shotgun. And now let's discuss exactly how everything works, since this is all actually very complex just to achieve just all of these, which might seem very little. So first we will start off with how the player works. Now, first of all, to start off, you have to go ahead and dictate how it actually works. And this here essentially gets the keys, detects where how essentially which key you're pressing, and then it puts all of these which make where dictate where you go depending on what keys you press. And then there's the sprite control, which says here to make sure you're facing the default direction, which is through this code. And then there's the shooting, which is also parts of the weapon system, and essentially it does all of this, which adds a weapon cooldown and also gets the correct number of bullets, because as you saw before, the shotgun shoots 3 instead of the assault rifles 1, which is what are the two guns that we've added. And then, second of all, we will go ahead and start with the weapons and how they work. So there's this custom function file, which essentially stores all the stats for the weapons, including all of these, which is how the sprite is rendered, the weapon length, the bullet actually being shot, the cooldown of the weapon use, the number of bullets, and the spread of the weapons. These are all dictated by numbers, which are different depending on the balancing of the gun. And then these essentially are to make sure that these stats are gotten from here and actually put inside the game. And then that is also linked to the damage system, which I believe is here. Wait a second. Let me try and find the the damage function. So essentially, damage is stored somewhere else, and the damage can be found, I believe. Sorry, the damage should be here, which is also linked to again the health of the enemy, and this is all in place to make sure that the enemy actually takes damage and the bullet doesn't just fly through the enemy. And what you saw here before is just telling how much the enemy, the weapon, and the player should be doing, which is all in this. And then are the bullets themselves. Excuse me. Which you saw before, they had a certain time where they actually just disappeared, and this is destroy and the max distance, which is how much pixels I believe the bullet should travel before it is destroyed. And then after that you have the enemy chasing the player, which is very complex, and all of this is the damage, and then this is right here to make sure that the health, if it's 0, the thing is destroyed, along with all of this, which is essentially a lot of optimization things, like to make sure your device doesn't run out of RAM, and then the clear damage list of an object. So basically, like, it's when either you are actually, I'm not really 100% sure. It was a long time since I did that. And then a lot of these is actually based on instances of damage. And let's see what else I've yet to cover. So this is essentially to for the collisions and the animations, just for the enemies, just to get the correct animation when it comes to facing the player, as you saw before, as well as getting the speed, how it moves, the collision with the object walls and the players, and also essentially there's a thing called parent events where it just like inherits the stuff from the parent event, and basically make sure that you don't need to code it all again, and the event that's inherited is basically from all of this. And I think we're getting close to done, so let's see if we haven't done anything. So this wait a second. We can just cut this out. Now, another thing that's also important is you saw before there are text numbers that indicate how much health an enemy has, and this is used to draw text, which draws the text on the sprite and is based on the amount of health. And because of this, you're able to find out how much health the enemy has. And I believe this goes for a lot of other objects which use draw to like make sure it's driven properly, because usually sometimes if you don't have these stuff, sometimes the guns don't rotate, or sometimes it like faces the wrong direction. And is there anything else? I think that is it for the current state of this game and how my game works. It may look all very complicated, but in the end, all of this is just for that small little bit of game, and it really makes me appreciate all of the other complex 2D games that are out right now. So I hope that was very informative and fun to you, and thank you for watching today.